Russell Martin has completely exposed Rangers bosses with new transfer reveal. Russell Martin blows Steven Gerrard record out of the water as Rangers failure exposed. Clinton NSIALA is reportedly waiting for Martin to be sacked before even deciding if he wants to stay at the club. Imagine that! Barry Ferguson's making bold claims about a title charge, while the entire structure is crumbling from the inside out. Want to see these and more Rangers news? Stay until the end. We are the people. Right, strap yourself in, because this first one's a proper sore yin, and it's bound to stir the pot. Russell Martin's time at Ibrox has gone from concern to full-blown crisis. After a summer of heavy spending, you were promised fire and fury in Europe, but what you got instead is meekness, misery, and a manager whose record's already in tatters. Sturm Graz added their name to the growing list of continental clubs, embarrassing Rangers, following defeats to Club Brugge and Genk. And let's no forget, Brugge never even let us into the Champions League. That dream was over before it even started. Now here's the stat that'll make your stomach turn. Russell Martin's lost 5 of his first 8 games in Europe. Know how long it took Steven Gerrard to lose that many? 32 matches, 32. Under Gerrard, there was steel, strategy, and spine. Under Martin, there's confusion, collapse, and chaos. Goals scored. Gerrard had 90, Martin just 9. That's not a drop-off, it's a cliff dive. Look, you remember those big European nights at Ibrox, the noise, the belief, the feeling that no one fancied coming to Govan under the lights. It was electric. Under Martin, that's been snuffed out like a candle in the wind. The aura's gone, the fear factor's vanished, and Rangers now look like a team other clubs want to draw in Europe. From Seville with Gio to the top 8 with Clement, even Barry Ferguson had us dreaming. But now, with Martin, it's RIP to your Thursday nights. Would you take Steven Gerrard back at Ibrox tomorrow morning if it meant getting rid of Russell Martin today? Right, now, this next one just lifts the lid on the disaster behind the scenes, and if you're not already raging, you will be by the end of this. Russell Martin might be the one standing on the touchline, but let's be honest, you can't build a house if the bricks you're given are rotten. Aye, his tactics are questionable, the results have been brutal, and the vibes all wrong. But when you look at the transfer window, that mess starts a few doors down from the dugout. Kevin Thelwell's summer recruitment has been nothing short of a shambles, and now even Martin himself is admitting it. 14 players brought in, a net spend of £20 million, yet not a single one looks like they've ever watched Rangers play, never mind knowing what it means to pull on that shirt. Martin said it himself. You can do many things in recruitment, but you don't know who they are until they step into the cauldron. Well, welcome to the cauldron, and most of these lads look like they want to jump straight back out. And here's the kicker. Instead of gambling on question marks like Youssef Shamiti, why didn't Rangers just bring back what already worked? Abdallah Sima, 11 goals in the league, Champions League pedigree, and part of that unforgettable Europa League run to Seville. He left Brighton and went to RC Lens for around £4 million. £4 million. That's the same price Rangers paid for some of these current ghosts walking around Ibrox like it's a library. Vaclav Cerny, 12 league goals, 6 in Europe. He got the club. He played with passion. He delivered under pressure. Besiktas picked him up for just over £5 million, yet Rangers passed. Why? That's not just negligence, that's a total dereliction of duty from Thelwell, and it's unforgivable because those were 2 players who had already proven they could handle G51. They'd already shown they had bottle, brains, and belief. Martin might not last the month, let alone the season, but if Thelwell stays while he goes, then you've solved nothing. The rot goes deeper than the manager's seat. Should Kevin Thelwell be sacked before Russell Martin? Or is keeping him in charge of recruitment an even bigger danger to Rangers than the results on the pitch? Now, here's a bit of madness wrapped in hope. Barry Ferguson, never one to mince his words, has just dropped what some are calling a crazy prediction. And honestly, it might be exactly what you need to hear right now. Rangers are a mess. You've seen it. You've felt it. You're probably still hoarse from shouting at the telly after Sturm Graz. But Barry reckons this season's no write-off yet. In fact, he's adamant that with Celtic stumbling, Hearts hitting their peak early, and over 30 games still on the calendar, there's still a title to be fought for. Let's be honest, Russell Martin's already surviving on borrowed time. Another slip up, even in the cups, and he'll be gone faster than you can say Sima should have stayed. But back to Barry. His logic sound, even if his optimism sounds wild to some. Europe, forget it, he says. That ship sunk. The Premier Sports Cup. Nice bonus, but the real fight is domestic. And with Celtic still misfiring, there's an opportunity sitting there just waiting for a Rangers team with some guts and consistency to grab it. Now the question is, does Martin have anything left to give? Because the way it stands, he either sparks this squad into life starting this weekend, or he should do the honorable thing and walk. You're not just fighting for silverware anymore. You're fighting for belief. Does Russell Martin deserve the chance to stay until Christmas? Or should he walk, no matter what happens now, just to save the season before it's too late? And finally, here's a story that just sums up the whole chaos under Russell Martin, because now even the promising young players are sitting tight, waiting for the manager to get punted before deciding if they've got a future at Ibrox. Clinton NSIALA, brought in from AC Milan on £10,500 a week and hasn't played a single minute this season. Not a sniff. 21 years old, bags of potential, and instead of developing into a mainstay at centre-back, he's stuck watching Rangers implode from the sidelines like the rest of us. According to Pete O'Rourke, NSIALA's basically pressing pause on his Ibrox career. He's not walking away yet, but he's certainly not making any decisions until Martin's shown the door. And can you really blame him? The manager's made it clear he doesn't fancy NSIALA. He's not part of the plan. But if a new face comes in, especially someone like Sean Dyche, who's reportedly interested and actually knows how to organize a defense, then it's a clean slate. It could be the exact lifeline NSIALA needs, and frankly, the kind of reset the entire squad needs. You can feel it, can't you? Martin's lost the dressing room. Raskin was already frozen out. Now NSIALA's in limbo, and who knows how many others are one bad team sheet away from checking out emotionally. When your own players are waiting for your sacking to reignite their careers, your time's up. It'd be a scandal to let a player like NSIALA walk away just because a stubborn manager refuses to see his potential. He's young, hungry, and has a pedigree most clubs in Scotland can only dream of, but instead of being nurtured, he's being wasted. Here's the fire starter. If Clinton NSIALA is already waiting for Russell Martin to be sacked, how many other players are quietly hoping for the same? And has Martin already completely lost the dressing room behind closed doors? If you're still backing the badge, hit that like button. And if you've got something to say about this madness, drop your comment below. Let's hear it.